It's not my fault. Everyone is against me. If only things were better when I was a kid, I wouldn't be in this position. I've both heard and said things like this in my life, and what I can tell you is that it's all a load of crap and its only job is to keep you from becoming a better version of yourself. Welcome to Success Realm. In today's video, we're talking about the victim mentality, how you can lose it, and what to do from there to ensure you never fall back into it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss any of our life-changing content. Also, I'd like to preface this by saying I'm not a mental health professional. This video is just a collection of my own life experiences and thorough research I've done. This is only meant to be informative and educational. Without further ado, let's get into it. First off, what is a victim mentality anyway? A victim mentality is a state of mind that accepts and absorbs problems and issues stemming from situations, circumstances, and people. It's important to note that being a victim and having a victim mentality are two completely different things. We've all been victims of different things or people, however, not every victim succumbs to the victim mentality. Some people recognize that their past circumstances haven't been ideal or they're aware of others who have done them wrong, but they have made a choice to not allow those factors to shape their lives. They choose to take the responsibility of their life and work to make their future better despite what has happened to them. These individuals have proactively created their success. Now, there are others who have succumbed to the victim mentality. An unpleasant circumstance, a messed up childhood, a friend's betrayal, or society as a whole have caused these individuals to blame them for their issues and problems. Now the victim mentality isn't as much about who's to blame as it is whose job it is to fix the issue. People with a victim mentality will often want their oppressors to fix their problems or apologize, and they will go to others around them for validation and support that actually just enables them. However, it's seldom that oppressors apologize or fix their mistakes. So in turn, the individuals with the victim mentality will go in cycles of blaming and waiting for an easy fix, instead of learning to help themselves or finding a way to cope and heal. These people reactively ensure their failures. If the victim mentality is left undealt with, it becomes more and more ingrained into a person's identity to the point where they see only themselves as victims and everyone else as oppressors. Constantly blaming others for events in their lives can cause these individuals to be isolated from friends and family, which only in turn will cause more feelings of victimhood. It's a vicious cycle that will unfortunately lead to an unhappy and unfulfilled life. Hopefully by now, I've helped you understand the dangers of the victim mentality. So, let's talk about the signs and symptoms you need to be aware of. Firstly, there's never been a moment in your life where you felt like a victor. Growing up, you were constantly losing. Whether it be friends, family, or material objects, you never had a sense of being in control or having consistency. Or maybe you were always failing. You could never make your parents happy and proud of you or get their attention, or maybe you failed your way through school. Perhaps you could never measure up to others. It could be that someone did you wrong. You were constantly the victim growing up. The victim mentality is a learned behavior, meaning that it is picked up through social environments and interactions. Secondly, you blame others for the way your life is and you really think everyone is against you. As we've already discussed, a victim mentality shifts the blame onto everyone else and puts the ball in their court. Now, it's normal to get irritated with people and situations and to blame them for things that are probably their fault. However, a person with a victim mentality truly believes everyone is against them. It's a paradigm they have formed over time, and it causes a lack of confidence, insecurity, feelings of powerlessness, negative self-talk, and even self-sabotage. Additionally, some outward signs of a victim mentality include not taking responsibility and constant inaction with searching for solutions. Avoiding responsibility can look like not taking risks or going after goals, making excuses as to why you can't do something or haven't done something as well as why you do what you do. What we have to understand here is that we all have personal responsibilities to a varying degree. Constant inaction can look like complaining about issues and problems, but never doing anything to fix them yourself. It can also look like rejecting help from others and just wanting to feel sorry for yourself. Now, how do you lose the victim mentality? First of all, it's always good to talk to a mental health professional about mindsets like these. But if you think you may have a victim mentality, the first step is to recognize it. Once we recognize that we are dealing with something instead of attaching it to our identity, it becomes an opponent we can deal with. Detaching it helps us to see it as a battle to be won, not as a loss occurred. Next, it's time to unlearn the victim mentality. As we discussed earlier, victim mentalities are a learned behavior, meaning they can also be unlearned. So how do you do that? First, take ownership of yourself and your actions. You are your own person with values and things that are important to you. Figure that out and start working towards your goals. Having a vision and a goal for your life takes your eyes off of what you don't have or what went wrong, and puts your focus on what could be if you work towards it. Secondly, stop blaming others. When you find yourself about to blame anyone or anything else, stop yourself for a moment and think about how you could solve your problem. Again, this immediately gets your mind off of problems and gets you thinking about solutions. Lastly, learn to be kind to yourself through this process. Dealing with a victim mentality can be one of the most draining, chaotic feelings ever. Don't get angry with yourself for what you may have allowed to happen, and don't get angry when you mess up. Recognize what's going on, make a choice to unlearn victim mentality, work towards it, and be graceful to yourself and others. This is all a process of unlearning mental maps. As cliché as the saying is, you can't change the past, but you can change the future. So what's next? How do you stay out of the victim mentality as much as you can? Start with gratitude. Get out your favorite journal every morning and write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. Let go of the past, learn to be content with the present, and work towards a better future. Another great way is to start helping others. When you take the focus off of you and onto someone else, it helps you see that there are other people struggling too. You don't have to let the victim mentality control your life. When you put the responsibility in your hands, you're choosing to not let other factors control your destiny. Last but not least, get professional help. Talking to a professional in the mental health field can help you grow into the person you'd like to become while learning to be kinder to yourself and gain a more optimistic view of the world. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this and found some value from it, hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our life-changing content. See you later.